All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, freaks of the internet. What's happening? Looks like I am by myself. I got a message from Steve. He said this. Not really. He just had some personal issues to deal with. So maybe one of these mornings we'll get him back on the show if we keep doing these. Ah, don't let me be by myself. Control your own destiny. Come visit me online. uh, Make sure I get the best Christmas present. All right, Larry. Lag, what's happening, man? Uh, yeah, so I'll just entertain y'all for a minute or two, then we'll start talking about, I know, scary reselling stuff. That's scary, right? Uh, I got a whole list of stuff to talk about, right? I'm like, there's a chance that I'm going to do this by myself today. I'm like, you know what? I might want to make a list. Your internet is allergic. I think your camera might break if you ever showed your face. Maybe it's your cameras are allergic to your face. It can't be any worse than this one. So yeah, it's you have lots of smart other things to say, Lag. You would be a hit online. I'm telling you. You I like your sense of humor. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. 11 people. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, I know, right? There's two things most people hate: their own pictures and the sound of their own voice. Yeah, I'm right up there with both of them. So well, I wish I had one in here. So I'm sitting. This is a good time for story time, right? So I am sitting in the house and I'm watching YouTube videos on the. Hey Jim and Terry, good morning. I'm watching YouTube videos on the TV because yeah, I just some of y'all who make videos I actually watch y'all on that big 55-inch 4K TV, and yeah, if I can survive that, I can survive looking at my own self. And so Joni comes in and gives me something, and I'm like, "What is that?" She goes, "Just look at it." So evidently, there is a company out there. There, I don't. Insta Freshener is their name. I don't have any links or anything. You can look it up. Instafreshener.com. Um, if you send them a picture, I'm sorry, they will they will send you an air freshener of your picture. So that's a current picture of the front windshield outside of my F-150 yesterday, and that is Phoebe. That is Phoebe's head hanging from the mirror. So I made a. If you're following me on TikTok, I made a TikTok about it yesterday. How can you tell if your wife? Tell me how you can tell your wife is crazy without saying your wife is crazy. So yeah, there's that. Uh, it's kind of weird when you're driving around and uh, there is a dog staring at you everywhere, every turn, because it's on both sides, and so as it twists and spins, yeah, it's so that was pretty interesting with Joni. So you too can have your own custom air freshener, and they are very strong, by the way. Almost knock you down. I mean, the scent on that thing is really really strong, but it should have been my picture, like some kind of security system, like put an ugly picture in the window. Yeah, that would definitely be a good one. So we can mark off Phoebe air freshener. Somebody joined the show. I only have 9 more things to tell you. Uh, but yeah, so I showed it. So we had wing night last night. Me, Tracy, and Harlan, and I was showing them. And Harlan looks at it, goes, is that really Phoebe? I'm like, oh yeah, that's really Phoebe. Uh, it has been a sad week around here. We had uh, Scrappy, one of our dachshunds. We had to have put to sleep last Thursday. So since I've seen you last, we did that. Man, that's a hard thing to do when you've had a dog for so long. He was 15 and a half years old. Just a always just a sweet dog. And but the last couple of years, especially the last few months, have been fighting dementia, and that is a real thing in animals. And man, losing his hearing, losing his sight. Lisa, she picked out Phoebe and everything with Phoebe, and turns out, yeah, Phoebe loves all three of us, Jacob included. Uh, but if all three of us are there, she will come to me. If any kind of trouble happens, like if we have visitors over, she will sit in my lap and growl at them. She don't want to see nobody else. She wants to know where I'm at, so she can growl at them. Yeah. So Scrappy. So Phoebe went to the vet yesterday to get her 2-year checkup, and we picked up Scrappy's remains. She had Scrappy cremated. So sometimes you have to do things that are just not. They're not easy. I mean, it was very tough. It was very emotional. But to see him where he was getting to his back end was weak. He could barely walk. He couldn't see. He could see about 20%. He could hear maybe 5%. And so all he did was walk circles to the house, unless he was drugged to go to sleep. So yeah, that was it. Eventually, he would fall over. Uh, he'd hurt himself several times. Johnny would put him on the bed to go to sleep with her when she would take a nap in the afternoon, and he would get up and fall into my nightstand because he'd think he could walk across the nightstand because he couldn't. When you can't see, he couldn't tell that there's a hole there, so he gets stuck between the. And he'd done that 3 or 4 times where he got stuck somewhere and would use the bathroom on himself, and it was just, unfortunately, it comes for all of us. It's just time, so there's that. Um, so everybody knows, it's in the links to all my videos. My Aura, I've used Aura as a repricer for Amazon for, heck, I don't know, since 2017, 18. It's been a while. Like Dylan and the gang. Um, but they have come up with a new website, and this one is not a subscription or anything. Let's share my screen. Uh, so I told him I would tell everybody about it. Um, yeah, entire screen. It's called prepcenter.com, and so there's a link in the description below. So if you're looking for a prep center, basically if you click on find a prep center, or if you have a prep center, you can add it. But it shows you all the prep centers all over the U.S. And what they do. So we'll just pick. Heck, I don't know. We'll pick PrepWorks. They're in Oregon, and it tells you if they're accepting clients because the people, when they put them on there, there's some reviews on them. So you've got. So if you click on, it'll give you a phone number, a little bit of information about them, and who wrote the reviews, and what kind of business they support. So if you're looking for a prep center, it's been hard because people always. I've always wondered, where are they? How do you find them? So this is something that they come up with. So I mean, it looks like they're all over the country. I know a lot of people want them to be in tax-free states, so there's a benefit to that. So there you go. If you're an Amazon seller or looking for a prep center to help you out, that is a free service. All right, we'll stop sharing. Pow. I'm back. Ron, what's up, man? Uh oh, I'm down to 8. This is gonna be a short show. So I checked. I'm like, surely Amazon's got something for me to talk about. And I looked in the news. Why do I have a detector on my truck? It's terrible, man. I don't even need one in the truck. The truck, I don't even drive that fast. And now now, especially now, one of the rotors is sticking. So I have parked the truck until I ordered brake rotors, not rotor. One of the calipers is sticking. So yeah, I'm going to replace the calipers. Hopefully, it's in 2 days, so hopefully they will be here Friday. And this weekend, I will replace the calipers on the truck. Um, yeah, that's not So we're back to the van, which is fine. The van needs one. I don't drive the truck fast. The van, I might drive on 2 wheels. Yeah. So, James W., what's happening, man? Uh, so how are things going on eBay? Hey, that's down here at the bottom. Don't be looking at my list. Uh, let's talk about eBay. We're gonna share. Yeah, it was eBliss. That is the name of it. Amy Lee. I was so I did a podcast with this is not even on the list. Kristen. Uh, what is the name of her podcast? Give me 1 second. Spotify. I've got it on my Spotify, but oops, I don't need to sign up. I need to log in. All right, we'll just look at the phone will be a whole lot faster. Library podcast, and that should be the latest episode, the Amazon Files with Christian Ostrander. So you can find that podcast pretty much anywhere. The Amazon Files. I'm the so we I talk a lot about where my business is now, that kind of stuff. So she's a friend that we've known each other since 2015. So it's probably not like every podcast you've ever looked at or listened to. It was just like listening to two friends talk about what we like to do, and a lot of business tips and stuff mixed in. But it was not set up as a learn this, and this. She's a really, really, really great person. I like her a lot. All right, so here we go. We're talking about eBay for a second. So is anybody following this? We're gonna go here. Anybody following Lucky and Love? And do you know the history of this bowl right here? So it is a single bowl. It is at an estate in Michigan. The bidding ends in right at 10 hours. It is up to $18,200 for one bowl. Anybody in the chat know why that thing is so rare? Or what the story is? So my wife collects Pyrex. I know the story behind Lucky and Love. I've seen people on TikTok and Amazon, eBay, or YouTube, and everywhere saying, "Man, this is a bolo. Make sure you look at Lucky and Love. Make sure you look for it. Man, you really need to." First off, that's bullshit. Lucky and Love is not a bolo. John, yeah. Lisa, she ain't getting that. So the story behind Lucky and Love is Amy Lee is not a bolo. So that pattern was made in the late 60s, maybe early 70s. When they made that pattern, Lucky and Love, the paint bled through, and there were quality issues with the paint. So as they were developing it, so it never made it into production. It was not a special. It was not anything. When the flaws in it, and that one has a flaw. I'll go back to it. Sorry, I should have showed you the flaw before I quit. If you look at the last picture, or that picture there, you can see right here that they had issues with the paint, and the paint didn't stick to the bowls, whatever paint they were using, and it also bled through and didn't. And so the company decided that they were not going to use that one. They were not going to do that one. It was a failed test. Just destroy them and we move on. I mean, it happens. A lot of companies test things They don't work. Well, a couple of employees decided they liked it so much, they took four of them. Four of them were not destroyed. Four of them that we know of that are in existence. So, and they're all accounted for. And so you're not going to find one of these out there because there's only four that are known. Um, so it was a quality production issue. It was never made. It was never produced. Those were samples that were taken from the factory by people that work there. Four that we know of. That's it. Jody does have a friend that has one. It's a terrible story behind that one. She has a friend who is a huge Pirates collector, and I'll tell you the sad story. She had an 18-month-old child that she was leaving the house. Her husband was there, and accidents happened, and I don't place blame or anything. The child, when she was backing out of the driveway, got behind her vehicle and was killed. And this family has been devastated by this. They've got 4, 5, or 6 other kids, but I can't imagine the pain that they've gone through. And the husband, this was 10 or 12 years ago, decided that maybe buying one of these when it came up, I think he paid $5,000 or $6,000 at the time, would help, kind of brighten her, because she really struggled because she was the one driving, and she's the one that backed out. And so Joni actually knows someone who has one, but that's the reason why the husband bought it for her to be. And that's how we know the story of it as well. Joni is a collector, and she also, her friend there told her, I've got one of the four. So there's nothing really Amazon can tell you to help you out on news. One of the biggest questions, I've taught from time to time, taught eBay and Amazon especially. One of the questions that people ask the most is best practices for creating a listing. How do you create a listing? What are the things you can do to get it up? At the end of this month, I think the 28th, 29th, and 30th, Amazon through Seller Central is going to have webinars where you can ask them questions, and they're going to teach you and have an hour sessions of how to properly create a listing according to Amazon standards. So truly, if that is something you need, I tell everybody, Amazon does, their videos are very good on YouTube. They put a lot of training videos out. They are taught very basic. They're easy to follow. They're good videos, and so I point a lot of people to those. But so I'm sure their webinar is going to be the same. Yeah, lag. I'm sorry about that, man. It's for all the fun and all the good things that happen. Sometimes life just sucks, and there's when you think, a lot of people, when you think it couldn't get any worse, my life is bad. There's all, you hear another story of something that happens. Anybody wants to come talk to me? Polo just messaged me on Facebook. Who's Polo? Why are they messaging me? All right, here we go. Paste. Anybody that wants to come say hello. Lag said he would break the camera, so he's not coming. So I'm not going to give it all away. Go give Kristen a listen. She's got a really good podcast. She talks to a lot of people. She's very consistent with it. She's like my opposite. We love the same things, but she is very organized, and all my weaknesses are her strengths. She is organized, and the way she does things, and we just talk about how I've restructured and do a lot of things different. If you paid attention behind me, you can see some of the stuff behind me doesn't look the same as it used to. I get into some of the things that I've done different, and really stuff that I've not talked about anywhere else. So if you want to hear, how I've restructured my business, some of the things I'm up to, check out our podcast. The Amazon Files, the Vintage Memories, the Amazon Files. It's everywhere you find podcasts. It's a pretty good size one, I believe. the problem with most of these podcasts that have to deal with Amazon and reselling is, you know, they flame out. But she is very consistent, and she knows now that she started speaking at stuff. She knows just so many people, and so the Amazon files. Yep. So lag, it does put life into perspective. You know, it's if you think something is, there's always somebody worse in worse shape. It's just you truly have to count your blessings and do what you can do, and the things that are out of your hands, you've got to learn to let them go. If it's not in your control, let them go. You know, I used to talk about a lot when I did this show regularly is the negativity. You know, you get complaints, returns, whatever. You can't let that affect you, because it is amazing what that kind of stuff can do to your productivity, to your psychology, and you have to learn to let it go. Just walk away from it. You know, deal with it and let it go. Polo, look, Polo, what do you want? Polo wants to know if I have a Wii system. Sure, yes, it's available. We'll tell Polo maybe I'm selling another Wii. I sold one last week. Maybe I'll sell one this week. I bought one at the auction for $20, and so hopefully I'll get 75 out of it. Where are we going back to here? Yeah, it was somebody put it up in the chat. The Amazon files, Chastity Grant put it up in the chat. So even if you forget it, you can go back and look in the chat. The chat will stay up even after this video is not live anymore. So create listings. That's one of the good things. One of the most asked about things. Amazon sign up for. Damn, Amy, you're just killing me. No. It's going on there. It hasn't yet. Harlan, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me, Harlan. All right, so here we go. This is comedy break time. This is comedy with the beer time. Since Harlan is not on here, he can't say no to this. A DVD that you might. Ha ha ha. All right, so make sure I got the volume up loud. So we were at a yard sale a couple 3 weeks, maybe a month ago, and we were looking at this. I'll just Church Hustlers, thank you so much, dear. There you go. That's on the Apple's podcast. So I'm kind of trying to use TikTok as just a comedy outlet. Harlan said I can do you one better. So here we go with Harlan's entertainment for the morning.
I bought this at a yard sale last week, and I believe this is Colonel Angus. You know those Southern girls? They just love that Colonel Angus. It's true. Bought this at a...
Y'all missed the part at yard sales. The camera didn't catch everything. I didn't have it on that day, or that I'd already taken off. And Harlan looks at this picture. I'm like, so up at the auction, Civil War stuff does good. I believe that's Jenner. I think that it's either Grant or Stonewall Jackson. I'm not sure which one it is. And Harlan looks at it and goes, I think I found Colonel Angus. And that used to be so if you knew Dusty or watch any of Dusty's and stuff when he was with us, that was one of his favorite jokes. So yep, it's true. That's Colonel Angus right there. So Harlan and I are both on TikTok. He is Harlan Tyree 11, and I'm just a bearded picker. So yeah, I've actually got one that's gone a little crazy. The TikTok thing with we walked up to a yard sale, and Karen told us that we couldn't shop there till 8:00. So I'll put that on there. And it's a lot of people have a lot of opinions about me calling her Karen, whether I should get the yard sales earlier or not, and why she's not letting her neighbor do. I mean, they're just the comments are just all over the place. That one's been a lot of fun. So make sure you follow Harlan and myself on TikTok if you need some humor. We do our best to keep you entertained. So one of the most important, I'm gonna show y'all one of the most important TikToks ever. you can go to your pantry right now and throw all the pretenders away, all that crap peanut butter back from the dead. They've been off the shelves for 4 or 5 months. Walmart here still does not have them on the shelf, but Walmart.com, Walmart's in stock. They deliver this next day. I've already eaten the first jar because I missed it. Peter Pan sucks. You know, me and Harlan have bitched about this, that we hadn't. If you grow up on eating one, all the rest of them are terrible. Jif is back. If you don't learn anything else today, Jif is back. So yeah, we'll be working on some Jif. That's yeah. So Jif, you maybe me and Harlan are just two weirdos who really missed that peanut butter. But yeah, man, I tried like 2 or 3 different ones, and they were just like, ugh. Can I have my Jif back? Damn it. So one of the things on eBay, Reese's peanut butter is fairly close. I don't want fairly close. I want Jif. Peter Pan is old. Yeah, I tried it a couple times, and yeah, it's hit the trash can. Amy, I didn't either, but okay, so maybe I'm weird with peanut butter. I don't know, but peanut butter, when the oil separates from it, it changes the taste. And so, if you notice, this is just a 16 ounce because I only buy the small ones because I don't want to eat it with the oil separated because it changes the flavor. And even you can't stir it back in. Once it's done, it's done. I'm just weird like that. I've always been that way with about peanut butter. So I buy the small ones. And so, you know, Joni was like, "You need to stop eating that. All that's been recalled." I'm like, I'm halfway through this jar and I'm not dead yet. I'm eating the rest of it. So I ate all mine too, Amy, and then I was just out. All right, so everybody in the chat, put what's your favorite peanut butter? Yeah, I'm halfway through this jar and I hadn't got sick. There ain't nothing in the bottom of it going to hurt me either. So yeah, I ate all mine. And if you didn't know, how many carbs are in this thing? So it's got 6 carbs, 2 fiber. So there's only 4 grams of carbs per serving, and that's 2 tablespoons. So you know, it's a good snack for me. Trying to do keto again because you put it on a smaller tortilla that has little to no carbs. There are reduced carb tortillas, and then peanut butter doesn't have a lot on it. So yeah, so that's why I eat peanut butter too. Other than the fact that I've always loved peanut butter, but it actually it's for a good little snack or just something to get you through. I am not talking politics on this channel. Go away. I'm probably not the one you want to talk about this morning anyway. So on eBay, I was getting to the eBay, manage all orders. Let's play show and tell on the eBay, share screen again. This is just a share screen kind of day because nobody's here to talk to me except the wonderful people in the audience. I put the link out there. Somebody can come in and say hello. So this person here, Joel Phillip, decided, I don't know if I told y'all the story of these or not. I'll tell it again. These Norelco shavers right here. I got 2 of them. And the guy, he bought both of them, $60 a piece plus the $5 shipping of $65 each. I sold these on Amazon. I sold 81 of them on Amazon. The last one I sold on Amazon was February of 2018. Last week, 2 of them showed up as returns. Lost inventory, never opened. They didn't have return stickers on them. They still had my sticker on them. So what they've been doing for the last 4.5 years in an Amazon warehouse, they were not in anywhere other than just Amazon purgatory. They were not on any reports. They were just gone. Well, I listed them, and in like 48 hours, somebody bought them both. So that was a good deal there. What else have I been playing with? Come on. At a yard sale, this is on TikTok too. I bought this. I didn't even know Apple made an iPod speaker dock. This thing sounded wonderful. I put one of my iPods on it and was really impressed with the quality. They never use it for batteries or anything. I still had the remote with it. At a yard sale, you can tell their Apple cables are different. They are that off-white color on their cables. If you know, you know. We're standing at that yard sale, and I pointed over, and I'm like, Harlan, what is that? Have you looked at that yet? I said, I think that's Apple. He had not looked at it yet, so I grabbed it. The guy wanted $5 for it. So it sold for $139 plus calculated shipping. I think I got $22. This is to ship it to myself. I got $22 shipping on it. So those are the big highlights for eBay. I haven't listed a lot. I need to get back on my 5 a day. Oh, and I did sell this. I took an offer of $240 on this new printer. It was new in the box. It was never out. Plus shipping. I paid $18 or $24 at a thrift store. So there you go. There's your eBay update, what I've sold. Harlan may get some followers. Outstanding. So Harlan, are you still listening? I played that for Joni, and you want to know what her comment was? She stuck her head and goes, "That damn Harlan's a pervert." That damn Harlan's a pervert. That was her response to that. She laughed at that damn Harlan's a pervert. I'll tell you what. There you go. So we got the Apple docs. Man, I'm down to like 2 things. Words out. You gotta have at this. Man, we talked a little bit about some bad stuff that happened. Man, life's too short. Enjoy. Steve and Steph. I haven't seen one of their videos in a long time, but I'm sure they still tell you the same thing over and over. Enjoy your life. And I can't agree more. You've got to, get through the tough times, get through the hard times, enjoy your friends, enjoy the good times. I'm telling you right now, Harlan's a fun single guy. That's one of the things I'm trying to do is get to 5 of the long yard sales this year. I've done 2 so far. So is anybody doing the 127? Anybody in the chat doing the 127? I know I'm trying to meet up with. I think Commonwealth Picker's going to be in the Crossville area that Friday night. So, I'll try to get up there. I would like to meet him just because I like his content, I like his stuff. So, but do what you enjoy. That's what I've tried to focus my business on and how to make it work. You'll be amazed what you can sell. This is a good one. Oops. Damn it. Cancel. That was terrible. Garmin. How many people walk by the Garmin? How many walk by the Garmin? How much does this sell for online? Don't guess less than $130. That's your hint of things to look for. I connected it to this computer. I updated it. It is a Lifetime Maps Garmin 7 inches. And yes, the bigger ones are better. That's all I got for you. The bigger ones are better. No, you cannot bring that stuff on my channel.
What? No Peter Pan? No Peter Pan? Okay.
No.
It's just oil. Look, it's oil. Hell of oil. That's just nasty.
So Hillbill Hipster, you're 100% correct. On a Garmin, if it says LM or LMT, especially with the traffic on it, Lifetime Maps, there's always going to have value because as long as Garmin is a company, they're going to update these things. So some of them This one didn't need it yet, but you say, but Beard, as he gets older, what would somebody do with it? There's a slot for an SD card. So if the internal memory on this thing was not big enough for a map, they would just have you they put a memory card slot in it for a reason. So for years to come, this thing will be good. This one is what are you? Damn, I might have dropped it again. This one is a 2757 LM. Look that one up. There's a difference on eBay and Amazon. I challenge you to look at them both. There's a difference. And not to be confused with his brother. Yeah, these things are out there. I found 2 of them in the last 2 weeks. 7-inch Garmin's. So they're definitely out there. Another thing that's out there. Look what I found in the box. I'm gonna list that thing today. I think it's worth about $40.
Which box?
The one over there that's all the electronics I'm supposed to be listing.
Yeah, that's a quick seller.
The one that had this in it. That I never got around to selling. I've had that for quite a while. That is a EOS Rebel, the red one. It's a T5. Yeah, look that one up. That's a good one. I stuck it in a box over there to list all the electronics, and yeah, hang out with Harlan and Scott, right? Polo wants to know, where am I located? Here, we're back to so the 127. So even if you don't need inventory, the 127 is a lot of fun. I'm telling you right now. One of the things that I've always thought is very important, and I think it's even more important, the longer you do reselling, the longer you work for yourself, is you have to understand what you enjoy in this business. And almost every one of you tell me the best part about this business is the hunt. You know, most of you got into this because you love hunting for stuff, you love digging for treasure, whether it's a retail store or whether it's in somebody's driveway, their house, their estate, so whatever. And if you've never tried one of these long yard sales, to where you know the feeling you get, you're going through the middle of a Saturday and you've gone to 8, 10, 12 yard sales, and man, you're having an awesome time. Do that 3 days in a row from 7 to 5. You can't imagine what 30 or 40 yard sales a day, 3 or 4 days in a row. It's exhausting, but man, you find the coolest. Prepare yourself that you need to do research, and you need to find different stuff out of your comfort zone, because this is a great place that if you're new to learn. Martha A, where is the 127? It starts in Gadsden, Alabama, and goes to somewhere in Michigan. I think it starts with a B. Near
Tennessee to Kentucky to
Ohio.
Is it? It's Ohio.
Kentucky, Michigan, yeah,
that's right. Because we went up through Cincinnati. It's
650 miles of yard sales. Starts in Alabama, goes to Michigan. It is the first weekend in August. It starts on that Thursday, and it'll end Sunday.
That's why you got to come south, Amy. It's either south or west, Vegas or Alabama.
First weekend, so it's the. So if you
yard sale last week.
Oops. Colonel Angus was still carrying on. So on Facebook, there's a group. Commonwealth Picker started it. It's. I'll give you a link to it in just a second. Putting up all these, he's trying to get it where all the yard sales are together. Um, somebody in the chat's probably screaming what it is. All right. What is the name of it? Come on. My mind is not as good as it used to be. I cannot remember all this stuff. Somebody come up with it in the chat yet? Garage Sale Nation. Hey, Javis, you're the winner today. We'll give you a link to it.
Fourth through the 7th. So yeah, the first official day is the 4th, but people start setting up at least a week before that. A lot of the big vendors, the dealers with the antique type stuff are set up a week and a half in advance. But if
Did
you
you
want
see
to
Dave
do
post?
yard sales,
Did you see Dave post? Dave talking about he was starting like next week.
Yeah. Yes, I mean some of them are there for 2 weeks. So yeah, people will be, let's see, the 4th, July. There'll be people set up, in about a week, 28th, 27th, 28th. But those are the serious antique.
So Amy, the one thing they've asked people to do when you post in Garage Sale Nation is to put hashtag in the state, so to help it so you can search the group. So you should be able to search by each state, even though the map is not 100% yet. They're working on the map for the rest of the year, and then they will go back and add the rest of them in with links and everything. But so use the search function on that Garage Sale Nation to go the hashtag for the state, and that way you can kind of, if you're looking for something, you live up in the land of the evil folks up there in Yukon. I don't know if there's one in Connecticut, but you can search for Connecticut. I know Massachusetts has a few, at least one. They might not be as long, they might only be 30 miles. They might be. So New York has got several of them, including citywide ones that are the one that I went to above wherever we were at on vacation. That one was amazing. Bought all kinds of stuff in that van. Between me, Dusty, and Jason, we kind of filled up my van to drive it home after vacation. So Adventures with Hudson's are starting in Ohio, heading south. So around some of the big cities, you just need to skip most of that. Like Cincinnati is 127 runs through Cincinnati. On either side of it is really good, but the congestion of a big city doesn't work great. I've had good luck north and south, so it's just a matter. The only way you don't find anything at the 127 is if you don't go. That's the only way you do it. Oh, true, Mike. If you set up and sell inside the road, I'm telling you right now that you can spend a lot of time going through these big vendor areas. There's deals to be made in there and stuff. If you look for specific stuff or you're a collector, but truly they're just regular folks having yard sales, and you'll notice that a lot of them have yard sales every year. Stuff will be on trailers and all kinds of stuff. Stuff is cheap. If you're not good at haggling and asking for deals and discounts, you will be, because that you've got 3 days of just straight yard sales and people are out there. They're out there motivated to get rid of stuff. So that's August, and then start reminding people every time I go live, man, Amy Lee, come to Vegas. What the hell? The Reseller Remix in October. I think we're getting there October 7th. Well, I'll be there at October 6th, but Harlan is flying in on the 7th. Then the Monday following that, so that's a Friday. So Monday would be the 10th. There is a meet and greet somewhere that night, evening, registration Tuesday, and then stuff starts Tuesday afternoon, all day Wednesday, Thursday through lunch, and then there's a big party afterwards. So if you ever want to get high or drunk with me and Harlan, that gonna be your chance. Because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot. Okay, Harlan's not getting high, maybe. He doesn't know what he's missing. So Diane Matthews, Warrensburg, New York. I have done Warrens. I think if that's the one I'm thinking of, right above Lake George. Is Warrensburg right above Lake George? I'm looking right now. Heck yeah, that's the one. Warrensburg. I did that 1 year. Warrensburg. That Diane, that was freaking amazing. I absolutely love that place. I love one yard sales. We did it for one whole day. I think we did it on a Saturday. We actually had a blast that day. So James said you'll find Harlan with the old ladies.
No, you will not. No. They may try to hang out.
Yeah, so that's and we're trying to plan that weekend afterward to spend a couple days in California. Harlan's never been there. Depends on what they're trying to install mask mandates again in California. Everything else, man, I ain't wearing no damn mask. They can kiss my ass.
What do you classify as old ladies? What's wrong with the old ladies? What do you mean?
Neither one of them is old. I mean, I got clothes older than those two.
Oh, I know they're not old, but what is she saying? I mean, what they're referring to is I had a 79-year-old woman try to pick me up at a estate sale. That's what the joke is. Bonnie.
So you're a sugar daddy if you have a young thing on the side that you take care of. What the hell are you if she's 20 years older than you?
She better be taking care of me. She'd be a sugar mama. But I'm out. No. No.
But there are the one thing about that group that I like about Garage Sale Nation is there are lots of citywide ones and stuff that people are posting. You've got a lot of regular people that are just posting. There's one coming up I didn't even know about in Virginia, on the Virginia and Carolina again. It's like I think Kevin made a post about that yesterday, the day before, talking about he was gonna do that one because it's in his area. You know, all through South Carolina. There's lots of them in Georgia, just citywide. You know, they might be 30 miles long or whatever, but it'd be your opportunity to get out and find a lot more stuff. So Jackie says they need the most love.
They may need the most love, and I'm glad there's a lot of people out there. There's somebody out there that will give that love to them. That doesn't necessarily mean that I will, because I won't.
You're living the Air Supply life? You're all out of love?
Yep.
For those of you who don't know who Air Supply is, go look up. That was a song by Air Supply. But I can't express to you, you know, getting out and doing sugar grampy.
Yeah, I saw how you put.
Get it. You know, try something different. You know, I promise you'll have a good time. I promise you'll find stuff. Get out and meet people that are doing this. You know, Harlan and I will talk about the 127. Until then, we'll talk about Vegas. We'll probably go live before Vegas. in the evening a couple times just to talk about it and meet up and where we'll be. We'll be at the Golden Nugget. And Saturday morning we check out of that hotel, but we might hang around Fremont Street just for a minute because there's a free concert with Jelly Roll.
Saturday
Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Yeah.
What? 10 o'clock?
Yeah. That's when the stage is open at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Yeah, he was in Huntsville not too long ago.
Yeah, who's coming? Somebody's coming next Friday. Cody Johnson or somebody will be here next Friday.
That sounds horrible.
I know that's too country for you.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
What's his name's coming here too? What's the shoot? Hold on. What's the big country? He's not a big country. Well, I guess he is a big country star, but he's country. Big bearded guy.
I don't sing country. Vintage Memories. Do you really have to do that? That's terrible.
Chris Stapleton. He's coming to Huntsville. I'm out.
Don't tell people how old we are.
I've never heard that song. That was before me.
Okay.
No, probably not.
So if you get there early, if you're doing it, we're trying to figure out stuff to do. I know John last week I mentioned let him know about racing the four-wheelers in the desert. So that sounds like a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, side by sides in the desert. Yeah, so I'll let him know when we're going to be there. Maybe that's something good to do that Saturday. The nice thing about that is the desert will have cooled off some, so it won't be 110, 120 anymore. October, was it mid 80s or low 90s at the highest?
Maybe so. I know I want to do a kayaking tour. I want to go to Stadium Swim, the big pool on top of Circa.
You gonna tell them a story of Stadium Swim?
What, from yesterday?
Yeah, so there's Stadium Swim has a Facebook group, and they posted a picture with all these bikini clad, just really attractive women. And
this is all people that works there. To work there, you have to look like amazing. The guys and girls, they have both that work there.
Yeah. And so, what message did you send them?
They sent a picture. I forgot what it said. Hold on, let me see what the picture said. Damn, heat index 103 to 109 today. Joy. It says your crew looks best in your very own private cabana, and that's the picture that they put on there. And I said, "You have my attention. See you in October."
They actually responded to you.
They responded back to me. They said, "We can't wait to see you in a few months." It looks cool though. All the people they're supposed to interact with all the people at the pool and stuff. It's pretty cool.
And I know one of the things I want to do is I want to go to Counts Customs. I want to see. I'm a real big fan of Counts Customs. I like to see the cars in person that they worked on that he kept. So I don't necessarily care about Pawn Stars. I've heard a lot negative about and it being a disappointment. So hopefully Counts Customs won't be the same.
Well, that's different. You're still going to see the cars and stuff that you want to see. Pawn Stars. Yeah. More of look at the stuff that's in the cabinet, and then you buy little trinkets that says Pawn Stars, keychains, T-shirts. We drove by it
Yeah.
last time I was out there.
Now,
I guess
hey,
that's probably why.
we can stop now and see Alabama championship rings in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why you got called a perv. Not a perv. Single. Single.
Was there anything else? That was my entire list, by the way. It was done in like 30 minutes. I did not. But so another one of the things that I talk about got proven true this weekend. So Harlan and I, we were at yard stuff Saturday and got a call from a buddy Steven across town and says, "Hey, this yard sale here has some cameras. I know you like cameras." And we were at 6 miles away, so I spun around and we were headed back there because these yard sales were not marked. I couldn't find them anywhere, so there were like 4 yard sales in that neighborhood. And we stopped at one on the way to the other one. So y'all are on this. My new desktop computer for the business. It's a Dell Vostro business version. The folks said that they had less than a year old. They paid over $1,000 for it. It had a bad hard drive. It still wasn't acting right, but it's under Dell warranty. I'm like, all right. I'm like, and evidently I must have been the only one that even asked about it. They had some big furniture and a couple other things. I think Harlan bought a PS3 there, and I told him, I'm like, so I've been practicing because the guy told me they spent over $1,000 less than a year. They had it less than a year, and every yard sale we go to, and they if they dare tell Harlan what's he think, Harlan's going to tell him one or two things. He's going to tell him he can't buy it and sell it, or he's going to hit him with some stupid low number, way lower than I ever. We get to the van sometimes, and Harlan goes, "Man, I'd offered him 5." Whatever I did, sell what he goes, I hit him lower than that. And so this computer, I'm like, I'll give you $100 for it. That's about where I'm at. I understand that it's still under warranty and stuff, but the time and energy and effort I'm about to put in to this computer to make it right and to make it work is it just is what it is. And the lady goes, "I was really wanting 300." I'm like, "Well, 100 is where I'm at." And so I guess it's the one that, Harlan's don't show too much interest, never, you got to have that flat face, no emotion. And she said, "Okay, maybe 200." So yeah, so 200 is what I got it for. I brought it home, plugged it in, turned it on, connected the monitor and everything to it. It's in the middle of resetting. 30 minutes later, it has installed Windows 11. It is working perfectly fine. So, one of the things, if you're doing the 127, what do you think? Look for upgrades to your current stuff. That's a what are we in 2020? That's a 2021 computer. It's an i7, 10th generation i7. It's a big upgrade over the 6th generation i5 on this side. It's got dual hard drives. I mean, beautiful work. I've still got 4 months of, got till December 22nd warranty on it. Let's say I picked up a barcode reader a few weeks ago for $5. Cameras, you want to do videos? This DSLR I picked up. I don't know. It's been a while, but the stuff, you can find cameras every week. Was it early last year? I picked up that Sony camera. I think I paid $130 for that camera. It was a $600 or $700 Sony point and shoot camera. This stuff is out there. It's, just pay attention. From printers. Last week I picked up two Brother laser printers for $5 a piece. How many? If you want to print receipts, if you want to do postage at your tape on there, laser printer is the cheapest way to do it. Pick yourself up a laser printer out of your yard sale, $5. And if they want 15 for it, offer them 5 because ain't nobody else looked at it but you. I mean, I was the printers I picked up. It's like 10, 11 o'clock. We've been going to yard sales for hours. I pick them up.
The later in the day and the hotter it is, the price goes. Whew. I hit them.
You know, I've seen these blue microphones. I've seen them. I mean, anything you can pretty much. You know, I've bought dynamos at yard sales. I've bought printers. I mean, it's out there, folks. If you're looking to do some upgrades, you know, buy your inventory, buy your resale stuff, and then keep your eye out for whatever else is out there. It's amazing the stuff that's out there.
I mean, if you don't do yard sales, I mean, you can buy yard equipment. You can buy stuff for your home, whatever. I mean, I looked at somebody said something about my shirt the other day. It's like, oh, that shirt was a Dr. Pepper shirt. That was $1. I said, oh, my watch was $5. My hat was $0.25. I mean, it was like everything was new. It's like,
yeah, I got dollar shorts on. Actually, they were 69 cents because when I lived in Wilmington, the Goodwill had all the shorts were 69 cents. I got the $3 Nikes on from a couple weeks ago.
So, Martha A., what do you do in the Las Vegas meeting? That link that I put on there, they have speakers that they have stuff set out for like 3 days. I forgot the dates. You can look on there to tell you the dates.
The 10th.
They have a place. So the first day, that's Monday, and the 10th. I think the 10th is a Monday. They have that night. There's just a kind of a meetup, hangout place where everybody can hang out and talk and stuff. And then the next 3 days, there's people speaking. They have a thing showing who's talking and what they're talking about. And I mean, you got Rally Roots, you got a bunch of YouTubers and stuff that's out there. They have a bunch of local people that live in Las Vegas that are resellers. And
yeah, so here's your topic. They've on their website, scaling up your business, alternative selling spaces, time management, building and monetizing YouTube, thinking outside the box, all about Whatnot. They actually have one of the Whatnot guys going to be there. Establishing a social media presence, joining the sneaker game, comprehensive reselling management tools, sourcing solutions, and more. You want me to go down the list of speakers so far? So, of course, Katie and Vicky. Teresa Cox is the other co-host. Dominique Hollins is the MC. You got Rally Roots. You got Harry Tornado, Josh and Haley. The Hustle Bee, Ken, Trish Glenn, Casey Parrish, Rockstar Flipper, Wade from Wade's Ventures, Danny Ackerman, Jason Deason, Man versus Mystery. I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about local auctions. That's a game that not everybody's in on. A couple of young kids, Yesterday's Fits. Didn't you meet them last year, Harlan? Are they the ones?
Who?
Yesterday's Fits, the brick and mortar guys in Vegas.
Those guys are incredible. They're two young guys that sell vintage shirts in Vegas, and they were getting ready to open up a store in Miami. And I mean,
so you got Amanda from List Perfectly. So you've got the co-founders, CEOs, List Perfectly. A lot of people I have not heard of, but I like a lot of you.
Last year they had the owner of Worth Point there. He was talking about his platform. So it's cool. But the main thing is meeting people that do what you do. And
every time before I go to one of these, I tell everybody the exact same thing is you'll learn a few things here or there. You'll learn whatever you want to in the classes and stuff that really, really make you think. But the number one thing you can do is to make contacts with people, to talk to people in person. If you want to ask somebody, and not even one of the people on the list, just regular sellers, you'll meet people that you just click with, and you truly will talk about and networking. That's exactly, you want to know. You sitting with someone and you're sitting there having a drink with someone and just a casual setting and talking about business because you're talking to people that get it. There's no secret. People will answer questions. They'll tell you whatever. I mean, whatever questions. Do you guys learn a lot there? I absolutely do. It's amazing. The more time you spend with others, it's you know the it's truly amazing. Just being around like minded, it gets you fired up like you can't imagine. Um, you know, tips, tricks, and things that you've never thought of. Just the one thing, I've been doing this full time since 13. The danger you have in doing it this long is you get so set in your ways that you've got to be careful to allow yourself to continue to learn. Because I can tell you one thing about this about reselling, whether you do it eBay, Amazon, or wherever, it is constantly changing. There's constant new trends, there's new rules, there's new players in the market. The market changes. So, and if you sit back and do the same thing over and over and in your little hole and never change, and this has always worked, I'll meet you at Woolworths, maybe go to Sears later, and catch a blue light special at Kmart. Just think of the businesses that had great businesses. Kmart was a powerhouse when I was growing up. Ask Harlan in the 80s. There was nothing more fun than my grandparents would take us. We go shopping with them at Kmart and then grab something in the Kmart deli. That was a lot of fun. That was a strong powerhouse retailer in the 70s and 80s. Completely gone because
I was born in the 90s. Well, maybe I wasn't. But hanging around people that do what you do, to make a good example of that is, I met Scott through Dusty, Alabama Pickers. And that was when I was going through my divorce. And the first time I met you, you came with him, and I was
you were still married, but it was
okay.
Get up in a couple times.
Okay. But
we had things a couple times, and then the third time or so.
Okay. So just knowing, I've learned a lot about eBay and Amazon through Scott, and just him being around me, he wouldn't be selling at auction right now, probably.
I would not. I absolutely would not.
So, just being around other people, because just because you're a reseller, there's a lot of different ways to do reselling. A lot. It's rare to find somebody that does it just like you do it. There's just so many different ways.
There's not going to be, you've created your own business and everybody else has done the same thing. You're not going to do things the same way. It's whether it's how you handle accounting, whether it's, any kind of advertising you do on the platforms, what products you pick up, how you list, there's just so many variations of everything. And especially these things, if you want to have, this one is going to go heavy on social media. Really, a lot of people want to build a social media presence and that's one thing I need to learn, is to really tie the selling part back into social media. Is where I'm weak. Where Casey Parrish does a good job marketing himself. I'm not that guy, but I could benefit from doing some of those things and increase exposure and help the channel out. So there's always something to learn. Whatever you set out there and you think yourself, nobody does anything like me, you'll be amazed when you get 300 people and they think very similar to you. It's amazing.
And there is so many different ways to do this that you cannot do them all. If you're a huge YouTuber, there is no way you can resell to your fullest capacity, because making videos, shooting videos, editing, that takes a lot of time, and you
Not
cannot be a huge reseller to your maximum potential and be a huge YouTuber. You can't. There's no way.
Not without employees. You can't. You can build a system to where you can't do it all. That's the problem, is you can't.
Because if you sell huge on Amazon, there's no way you could do eBay to its fullest potential. Just on 2 platforms, eBay and Amazon, you can't do both of them. Craig is not a huge YouTuber.
Yeah, so I've got a video. I'll probably release it in the morning. It's auction details. It's auction results from last week. What I sold, what I paid for it, what I made, and just recording that video. It's it's maybe 12 minutes long. By the time you've recorded intros and outros and edited it and gotten rid of my ahs and the Johnny walks in and starts talking to me. The phone beeps. The camera's not focused. You shoot it again. The file, I shot it the first time out here, and this new computer saved it in the wrong file. It wouldn't recognize it on the MacBook, and so I had to shoot it again. It's so that little 12-minute video but then it's got to be compiled so that it can into a YouTube format, and then it has to be uploaded. My upload speed is 12 up. So it took 44 minutes to upload, and then making a thumbnail. So that 12-minute video is 3 to 4 to 5 hours of just messing around, trying to do it while I'm listing and shipping.
You need fiber. You need fiber.
Man, shut the hell up. I wish I had fiber. I want fiber. Damn it, give us fiber. They skipped our neighborhood. The airport has fiber. The neighborhoods behind us have fiber. This one does not.
That 1 gig fiber smokes, boy.
Yeah, that video was only like 2 gigs. It would have been up about the time you hit the button.
I think they said I could get up to 5 at my house, I think, but it's like 1's plenty.
Let's reach into my refrigerator and get a drink. A cold drink.
Fiber will keep you regular.
I reach in my refrigerator and get a cold drink.
Hey, Patrick.
The house he's renting, Harlan's refrigerator died. Here's your public service announcement. Do not buy an LG or a Samsung refrigerator. They suck. The tech yesterday told Harlan, never, ever, 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 under any circumstances, buy an LG or a Samsung refrigerator. They have several class action lawsuits against them because they are made so awful. The lines and stuff inside it are too small, and it causes leaks. Do not buy a Samsung or an LG, no matter how much you think you like them.
Yeah, it's a beautiful refrigerator.
You can buy parts for a Whirlpool anywhere. Yeah, so the refrigerator at Harlan's place is 2 years old, and it's too expensive to fix. It's going to be junked.
But it's a rental, so I ain't paying.
And he ain't paid. He is currently cheering on the market to crash, so if he wanted to buy a house, he has that option. All right, what else we got out there, folks? Anything else before I start listing? I got to go to the storage building, and crypto creeping back up. Bitcoin hit 24 this morning.
I should have bought Doge.
Yeah, it's up to 7.5 cents right now.
Yeah, it was 5.5. I was looking at it, and it's like, dang, I should have just bought it. But it could have just as easy went to 3.5 and 7.5 is what I was.
You never know where the bottom was. That's the problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. True.
Well, all right. No one else has anything fun and exciting to talk about. I'm going to Treasure Hustler. She loves old electronics. I got a few. have a few old electronics. I'll be testing a couple of those today. The Sony dual player, the JVC dual player. I'll get this guy listed today. I don't know what he's worth. Anybody got any guess what the Canon TIs, the red Canons were? Golf bag. All right, Amy Lee. I'll put the golf bag out there. With IS lens. Is that what's on it? Yep. All right, so there's how much the camera's worth. It's got an ugly rank, so I'll sell it merchant for Phil. But yeah, it will be listed on eBay and Amazon.
I have a Bosch fridge.
I don't know anything about a Bosch fridge. Brenda, I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't know. LG's reliability for fridge. I don't know. The guy that repaired mine actually worked at LG in Huntsville, and he said they were not. The 2-foot Samsung is poor though. Oh, interesting. He said both of them have class action lawsuits against them. So, but mine is a Samsung, and mine is 2 years old, and the compressor is shot.
And he said it was because the lines are too small.
Yeah, he said the little lines. He said, but with expansion and stuff over time, they get real small holes in them, and it leaks. All the refrigerant stuff comes out, and they're just shot.
Correct. Going to defrost it today. So Brenda, on most Tuesdays and Thursdays, I hang out with Todd, Silver Hair Stacker, on his channel. He does a morning show. I think he's not doing that. I think Tom's doing it today. Queen City Picker, but there's a group over there that does them every day. There's like 1 to 3 people that does them every day, but most of the time it's Silver Hair Stacker. I was with him. I was on his show yesterday, and if he does one tomorrow, I'll pop in. Mark, I'm leaning towards there. I'm leaning towards bringing it back every week. I'm not going to 100% commit to it yet, but most likely.
So if you're thinking about going to a reseller meetup, check out the one for Las Vegas, Amy Lee, and so yep.
Yeah, Sally's hanging it up. She was the third. That's why I didn't mention her name. I get it. It's a lot, and they're doing it every single day. It was a lot for me to arrange your life based on one a week. So I get it. I absolutely get it. Yeah,
it's one of those things
where
if you're doing a show and you look at how long you're doing the show for, and then if you look at it for revenue wise and how much you're making, then you sit back and look, it's like, how much could I have listed during that time? So I couldn't imagine every day. That would be, unless you're listing during that time.
I have not talked to Sue lately. I follow her on her Facebook, where I know last few weeks she has been out to visit the grandkid. So yeah, if you look at all the shows that are coming on, there are just so many of them that are coming on. It's
yeah, Reseller Report. That's exactly right. It's time
very
consuming.
Yep.
Unless you've got a big channel and you're bringing enough revenue in, to.
And even then, it's usually not that much. I mean, some. I mean, we're talking big channel. I mean, big participation, big channel. Not.
Right.
I have a lot of subscribers, but you'll watch on some, and there'll be 1,000 people watching some of the lives. You need that kind of participating.
Right.
Steve seems to be doing very well. I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks. I'm gonna call him today. I posted this yesterday, and he said that he still had some family obligations that he was dealing with, so that and it might be at a time. So I will if I need to change the time or do it something, I just to accommodate him. I'll see about that as well. I miss talking to Steve every week. It's hard to get two people to agree on anything, much less multiple people.
And then coming up with a topic every week. I know you had trouble for a while. It's like, what are we talking about this week?
Yeah, and after it was 4 or 5 years, it gets extraordinarily hard to talk about. And then you end up talking about stuff that makes things polarized, and it'll drift off into politics, and that just anytime you make half your audience mad, it's not a good thing. Whether you think you're right or wrong, when you go down that rabbit hole, you generally are the one that loses because it can't. No matter how strongly you feel about something, it can't build up your channel. It won't. When you're alienating half the audience, it is what it is. So this time around, if it does come permanent again, y'all will not be able to trigger me. No matter how hard y'all try to lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of it too. It becomes a lot of entertainment. And that's what we got TikTok for.
Mm-hmm.
Because that one over there, I'm not monetized over there, and I've been told it doesn't pay great to begin with. So I just make whatever I want to stick over there. Yeah, the one about the Karen, that's a good one. Y'all go watch the one about Karen at the yard sale.
Because I hit 100,000 already.
Yeah.
Did it really? Gosh, that's crazy.
I think it's 102. I think.
I believe this is.
Yeah, get rid of.
I believe this is Cunnilingus. That is money. I make a killing on OnlyFans. That's a good site.
Yeah, 101.8. Oh, we got a best offer. Y'all can help me decide. Best offer. So it's a Norelco shaver in the box. I've got it listed for 80. They offer plus shipping. They offered 60 plus shipping.
How long have you had it?
I don't know.
That's the key. A month, a year.
So long, I don't remember when I bought it.
You just sold it. $60 plus shipping. Cha-ching!
Offer accepted.
Cha-ching!
Oh, I'm the bearded picker on TikTok. I'm not countering. I'll just take the 60 because it's got shipping on it too. So it's just going to Pennsylvania. So shipping will be very reasonable.
You probably don't have much in it. So if it's been sitting out there a while, you bought it.
And the reason, so I probably had it for a while, and then Phillips got locked down by Amazon, where they will allow no one to sell Phillips other than that's one. That's like an HP. That's one that you can't get into. So yeah. So there you go. I saw that. Yeah, it's on my TikTok. Yeah, Howard and I walked up to a yard sale, and the lady would. I'm sorry, guys. We're not open till 8. It was like 7:15. we were only over there. So we start at 6:30 generally, and so for the 7 o'clock, so we normally get to the first one about quarter till, not very early, and then everything that's south of town we'll go to. So like that one, we showed up at 7:15 because they were the last two south of town. Then we were going out to Madison, which for those of y'all who don't know Huntsville, that's like 12 miles through traffic. So it's like 25 minutes to get back to the other side of town. So we were not going to come back. So we would not skip a yard sale just because it's an 8 o'clock and it's 7:15. We'll go by and see if they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they say, I mean, it's their right. If they say they don't want to open, more power to them. But we did this time. We did wait though. We went and got Waffle House, then went back.
Was there two that day, wasn't it?
There were two. They were side by side right there.
No, there was another one that was 7, and we had the woman shut us down
At 7, at
It was
quarter.
like yeah.
We were like 6:52. She's like, "I'm not ready. It's 7 o'clock." But that
So
was the
she-
weirdest one ever. I wish I'd have had her on camera because she looked at her phone, and at 7 o'clock, she kind of rose up her hand and goes, "Okay, it's 7. Everybody, come on."
And there was 4 of us, me, Scott, our friend Tracy, and another guy. And it was funny. She was setting up a tent so she could sit up under it in the driveway. That's what she was doing. So it's like, really? And I don't think we bought anything at that yard sale. She had she pretty much had a retail store going on.
I
Might have
didn't buy
bought
anything.
one thing.
I didn't buy anything. You bought something. I didn't buy
I think
anything.
I bought one little thing, yeah, for $1.
So MSG treasures. Each category is so different. It's hard to draw a 5 or 10% line for every category just because of the size. Like the grocery category, the video game category, they're two of the smaller categories. And so the one thing I like is using Scoutify 2. You can click on the little thing and it'll tell you what the let's scan this Coke bottle. It'll come up and you can get it to tell you, come on, that in grocery the top 7% is a yellow. That means it's a caution according to what I've got stuck in there. And so that's grocery top 7%. It would say to really check it out according to what I've got stuck in there. So and that means it's 75,000 out of 1 million. And I generally will sell up to 130, 140. So I'll go higher in food because of the size of it. It just you really at that point you've got to figure out. Just don't discount an item because it's got a higher rank. That's a $40 camera that sells for $379 at a 500,000 rank. That is an ugly rank. There's only 4 of them for sale. Why is this? Why is the camera maybe $379 is too high? Maybe I need to sell it at $299. Are the current offers too high? Or there's only 4 offers? That's going to kill the rank on it. So you've got to understand rank and what's causing that rank to go high before you can make a blanket decision, and go, I'm not buying anything in the top 10%. Okay, so my rule is generally 10% or less. I will buy it, but anything above it, it means I need to take an extra minute to figure out if there's opportunity here and why is the rank high. And
well, rank's not going to be great to begin with only 4 people listed. So that's one thing. It may sell, but some of these others may sell at 100 to 1. But that's not going to say it's not going to sell. So like you say, if you don't have a lot of money invested in it, put it out there.
And especially stuff like that. Let's see what. Let me look it up on eBay. So, and that's the other thing too is eBay gives you actual solds, and so I call eBay the truth teller. To ask, I will look it up on eBay real quick to see what their solds are. Remember, this camera was $379 on Amazon. So there it is, 300 plus 20 shipping. Somebody else with an extra lens got 200 free shipping, 250 free shipping. Then you got somebody at 213. So $379 is higher than anything that's sold on eBay. There's a $198. So I'm thinking 275, 280, 279, 88 is probably gonna be the price I stick it at. I'll put it up for like 249 on eBay, the higher than any of the rest of them have sold, just to see what happens. Because I don't want to sell it too fast.
That's one thing about eBay. You see somebody that sold one for 275, somebody sold one for 198. They got 198 because they asked for 198.
That's right.
Now, don't shoot yourself in the foot. I see that a lot. Don't run an auction either on something like that.
There's another. I hadn't looked this one up yet. Listen.
That red camera was a $300 Black Friday special in 2017.
Okay, so look. I'm not an air freshener. I'm the real one. Everybody's seen you as an air freshener this morning.
Do you need anything from Publix? Yeah, I need 4 pounds of lard for the company.
So that red camera was a $300 Black Friday special in 2017. So the one thing I can tell you about these DSLR cameras is they hold their value very nicely. Some of these other ones do too. I got this one right here somewhere. Is it actually in there? That's just the charger. So I paid $10, so it was $7.50 because it was 25% off second day. Y'all wonder why I buy so many cameras. This one is still worth $39. And so I paid $7.50 for it with the box. Nobody else has got one with a box. So I will probably ask, $44.88 or something like that, but best offer. The first one above the 39 they can have, or 38ish. I'll throw shipping on it just so I can take it offer easier. But it's a lot of it. You got to put a little more thought to it. And then a lot of it too is what platform. Is this any good to you on Amazon? I'll give you a hint. Apple, for the most part, is locked down on Amazon, but that is a 6th generation iPod. I forget how big it is. Isn't the iPod Touch? It's got the camera on the back of it, so that makes that it's later. So I wouldn't leave that behind because you can stick it on eBay. Do I have an 11 Pro? I did not change phones this year for the first time in, I don't know. It's been a while. I still have my S21 Ultra, Galaxy S20. I will be switching back to iPhones though this year. For one reason. Oh, you need one for Whatnot? So does Whatnot not work on a Android? I've got a.
Or do you have to have at least an 11 for it to work? Because they're up to what, 13? I think my kids got 13 Pro Max.
I got an XS Max. It does, but it has less features.
Less features.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you ladies done? What is your Whatnot? Who are y'all on Whatnot? The Trust Razzlers? I need to sign up for them so that I can start doing some auctions over there. They love Whatnot. See, I think I'm too old for Whatnot.
No. So if I don't know a lot about Whatnot, I have not done it. So if you do not have a big YouTube following, I know if you have 100,000 people, you're going to have a lot of people show up. Say you don't have a YouTube at all. How hard is it to build up your audience? Does it take a couple of times? They put their whatnot out there. Does it take a while to build up an audience, or can you put keywords in there? Took them 2 hours to get approved. That's pretty quick. We didn't promote it. 2 hours to get approved. My thing is how many people showed up to your first auction?
I don't know, but I'm gonna. So how often do you guys have
We've got
auctions?
over 800 followers now.
How often do you have auctions? And if y'all only had a camera and weren't scared to come on here and just tell us about it. Shit. Because Whatnot wouldn't even let me sign in.
Oh my goodness. See that one? MSG picked up 86 Nikons, 3 DSLRs, 86 Coolpix, 18 L26 for $200. Sheriff Department was cleaning out old inventory.
Yeah, you
Nice.
that got me excited a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, NC girl. I think 20. Okay.
No, you don't have to show your face. We all know what you look like. Because I found you on the Android side, but it would not. It wouldn't let me follow you.
Is it all done on the phone?
Yeah, I know. It's got a website. See, this is weird. So look. So here on Treasure Hustlers, here it says follow right there. That's the Apple, the 10 Max.
Uh-huh.
There's no way to follow it on an Android. Yeah, so I'm okay. So the number one reason why I'm actually switching to an iPhone doesn't have anything to do. Apps are better on an iPhone, even though they lock you down and you can't be because I use InRoute. I need that app on my phone because I'm tired of using the iPad on the dash. That's the main reason. This. And I want to wait for the 14, but all right, give me 30 seconds. Johnny needs me to answer one question. I'll be right back.
I got back. We've lost Scott. Where does Scott go? So looks like the treasure hustlers are coming on. We lost you both. I'm back. I'm back. I guess he went to go get something, I guess. Talk to Johnny. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Sorry. We're in the back room. All right. Sorry, Johnny going to the grocery store. She was at a couple.
Good morning.
I've not talked to you ladies in quite some time. This is very nice.
I know.
Yeah, so one of the questions somebody asked earlier is can you learn something at an event like this? And I've been reselling for a long, long time, and things change so rapidly. I'm looking forward to being out there and listening to what the guy for Whatnot has to say, because I think this kind of stuff I think is the future, and you can move a lot of stuff very quickly. And I'm old, and I need to learn this stuff. Can I learn stuff? Absolutely, I can go out there and learn stuff.
Yeah, I think it's kind of awesome that someone from Whatnot's going out there to talk about it, because
it's one of the. He's big up and Whatnot too. Well, I'll find out who he is. Hold on 1 second.
Well, wasn't it the guy who started Whatnot came from eBay, right? He was like he left eBay to start Whatnot.
The guy's name is Jack Dreesen. He is from Whatnot. Whoever is the person, he leads vintage and thrift vertical at Whatnot.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
On Whatnot, if you're on Whatnot, then you register just like you would on eBay. You have your name and everything. So if you're bidding and you're showing something these people bid, then they're actually paying Whatnot, right? And then they take out their fees.
Yes.
And they send you the money. So
yeah, so like they do every time you bid and win something, you're getting charged every time. So it's not like at the end where you get charged like you can add up all your stuff and they charge you once. They're charging you every single time you win an item, and then shipping on top of that is every single item you buy is shipping plus. Like they have to pay for shipping. There's no option for us to put.
Their payment has to get cleared first, and then you can go to your next item. So it'll tell you right then in real time if they actually paid or not.
Yeah, it'll tell you in real time if like their payment failed or like their card declined, so you can tell them to like try to fix it, or you can run the item again if they just don't have the money for it. But that's the only thing that sucks, I think, is the shipping. You have to pay shipping on every item.
I watched one the other day, and it was once you paid if you bought the first item, it's like $6 shipping, and every other item after that was $1 shipping. Do you have control over that?
So that changed recently to that's how it used to be. So for us, we sell jewelry, mostly brooches. So it's $4 for your initial purchase, and then every item after that is only 25 cents. So they switched it to where they brought it down, and so people who sell heavier items, it kind of really screwed them over, because it's not that we have no control over that. It's Whatnot. We just have to put in the weight of our item, and then that's just what they get charged. We can't change it, which I think kind of sucks.
If it's high enough, it'll swap it over to priority and jump the price up.
Yeah.
Maybe?
So you have to. So for Whatnot, every time you run an auction, you have to put in pre-put in your items. So if you have, say, 50 items you want to put up, you have to manually type those in one by one, and then you have to pick the shipping profile on each one of those items. So you can, if you're selling, like, say, a phone, that's going to be a different weight than, say, if you're selling a mug. You have to pre-put those in prior to starting your auction. So there's a lot of, like, pre-work before.
So how long does that take you? So how many items do you normally run in an auction?
For us, I do, like, just depend. Okay, so I try to do like 35, 45 maybe. Our second auction, we did 100, which I don't recommend that at all. But
that's a lot of shipping.
It's a lot. You usually get multiple. Yeah, so it'll bundle. So if the one person buys, say, lot number 1, 10, 15, 20, right when you're done, Whatnot automatically puts those people in a bundle and sends you a shipping label. So you don't have to like, it's cool the way they bundle it at the end. You don't have to do any work after your auction. All you have to do is print the label and ship it out. They do everything else, basically. But
All right, so so I've got Chad's link. I just watched one of his. I know you get, but you guys are going to teach me more about this in our chat. So I'll sign up under your link. Send me a.
Oh yeah.
That'll get y'all. I'll have an auction. That'll get y'all some money.
Woo!
yeah, so that's awesome. Thank you. So if you sign up, you actually have to be approved. They make you fill out this application to be a seller, and then if you get approved, they make you do an onboarding, which is basically like an interview process with like a bunch of people, but you have to do it prior to having an auction.
Right.
So I know a lot of people who've gotten denied, and some people have taken months and months when they're like huge sellers on YouTube or eBay. It just depends. I don't know. Like a lot of people say you have to have like a following, but we didn't even put our YouTube on the application. I just put on Mercari store, and we're not huge Mercari sellers. We just do it randomly, but we got approved in less than 2 or 3 hours, which was awesome.
I was told that if you have a current seller's link, you get through faster.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't have one.
No, that's true though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why they say you want my referral. I'll give you a referral, and because you get $200.
Oh, I see.
But we need his phone number.
We need your phone number?
We can't do it online. We'll do it after.
Okay, we'll send you a referral link after.
Okay.
Because like she said, we can't do it.
Well, we just need his phone number. I don't want to say it over the.
You can't send him a message?
No, because you put it on. They're gonna refer, so they're gonna send him a message with our information saying we referred him. That way he'll get in faster.
Oh, if you want to send us your phone number in private chat, we can send you. I don't know. They're requesting your phone number to send you a referral link.
It's in the private chat right now.
Okay. Oh, you can't see it though. How do I do it? Oh, I'll write it down.
Oh Jesus.
But yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of like things they need to fix in their app. Like yesterday, we had an auction, and all of a sudden, it completely shut us down, and we couldn't get back into our live. And it's been happening to a lot of people. I don't know. They just have a lot of glitches. And
so what do they ask in the interview? Like what kind of stuff you sell, or what?
No. So for the interview, if you get approved, they don't ask you anything. You're just in like a Zoom call with like 20, 30 other people, and you don't even have to have your camera on. You just have to show up, and they just basically tell you like, they just basically talk to you about what the app is, and like it should be a lot more detailed information. It's basically you have to figure it out on your own, like trial and error. But they ask you like a short little quiz at the very end that you have to fill out before you go. It's like
make sure you were listening.
Yeah, but they don't ask you like
any
questions. They don't ask you any personal questions. But if you have questions, they let you do that at the very end. You can stay if you want to like ask him any questions, or you can leave. It's like a half an hour.
All right, yeah, I'll get that link for you, ladies, and I'll go ahead and apply today. Go ahead and get started. Because I have such random stuff, but that'd probably be the hardest one is narrowing down what category to sell in, because I have so much of everything.
There's estate sales now too.
Yeah, they're adding like new categories. I think like
estate sales would definitely be me, because most of my stuff would fit in that category.
Yeah. I would, and that's like the best up and coming one. They had like a whole extravaganza. Is that what they called it?
Yeah.
Like every day there was like a new person on the estate sale block. So they got like 200 people in their lives at a time. Like, and then they moved to the next one. They'd get like another 200 people in the next one. The more you're on there, the more people will see you and start to follow you. So as long as you're in chats, chatting, it's just like YouTube. It's networking. So just go in and say hi to people or be cool with people. Right. You buy something, and then people will just start following you because they like you.
Oh, the fees are kind of excessive. I feel like they could. I don't know.
So is it based on the dollar amount? Are they varying fees, or is it a straight fee?
So it's 8%.
It's 12.
It's 8% no matter what from whatnot, and then based off every item you sell. For us, it works out to be like 12% off of each sale.
Now we need his email address. Plus 30 cents every transaction.
Plus 30 cents every transaction. So it can range anywhere from 12 to like 15% per transaction, I guess.
So Amy Lee says she got approved fast because she picked a newer category that wasn't big. Then you can switch in any category. You can sell in any category afterwards, I guess.
Yeah, that's probably why we did jewelry, and they had just rolled out jewelry like maybe a week prior, so we were the first to get in.
And yeah, T took 4 months.
Yeah, and T auctions for you. I think it took her actually a lot longer than 4 months
because she tried it second twice.
Applied, yeah, she applied under 2, and she barely just got approved for it.
Like, see, the money from YouTube to go on. If you get the money on YouTube, if you're used to doing YouTube auctions, then you go onto Whatnot. The money difference is so big that people that are used to the money and no fees and no, like, except for PayPal fees, they're going to be pissed because the money coming from Whatnot, they're taking cuts out of that. So it's like you're going to make less but faster.
But if they take 12% plus 30%, that's all your fees, though. There's, that's
Right.
including payments and everything.
Right.
And yeah, the shipping that doesn't come
it's
from
great.
us.
I think it's awesome.
I mean, yeah, I think
We
it's
just
That's
don't like
really
the
no
music.
different than eBay, right?
Well, it's a lot less than eBay, I think. I think eBay takes out a shit ton.
I don't think
Because by the
Yes.
time you promote listings on eBay and everything else, I mean, you're pushing 20% easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Store fee, freaking whatever the promoting.
it's
and-
cool because they have this thing called early payout. So now, like, once they don't pay you out until your item has been like 3 days after delivery, or unless you get rated. I think that's how it goes. So, but once you've sold 100 or 1,000 items, they will actually do immediate payout once you print out the shipping label. And we just hit
So we're excited.
the 1,000 like mark, so that'll be cool to see how that works with the early.
So people leave feedback just like eBay.
Yeah, the only thing that I actually just wrote them about this because I'm kind of pissed because so you start out with a 5.0 and then obviously once your ratings go up, hopefully you want to maintain a 5.0, but in reality it doesn't happen that way. So ours is like going down and we don't know why because we're freaking awesome. And so, but they have no way. So the way
We're
that
pissed.
so
We
yeah,
wanna know who the fuck is
yeah,
We
right.
think it's other sellers.
Yeah.
We think it's other people trying to.
Currently the way the rating system work is you're not allowed to see who rated you, what they rated you on, how many stars or nothing. That all of that is behind the scenes and nobody is allowed to see that.
They
All
can't
you
tell us. Like,
they can't even tell
no
you.
feedback. Like, we want to know.
Yeah, they can't even tell you like what you should work on if you're getting 3 stars in shipping or whatever. So I emailed them today. I was like, I'm pissed. Like their customer service actually is really great. They respond to you
Fast.
pretty quickly. But they said they're working on a new system for rating where you'll actually be able to see who rated you, what they rated you on, and the score they gave you, and actually be able to fight it if it was from like someone that is like if someone gave you a bad rating for no reason.
Or a
They'll-
giveaway, they can give you a bad.
Yeah,
rating
they'll
for
actually
giveaways.
you can do that, but right now there's no way of knowing. You just get a rating and that's it. So
We'd like to know why.
I can't believe I'm about to use this iPhone.
What?
I can't believe I'm about to use this iPhone to do this.
I know I don't understand. That kind of is weird that you can't subscribe or you
That's
can't
scary,
follow us
though.
on Android.
You should probably break
Well, I do now. I follow you on Android now because I did it. I got both phones open on the app.
it. Oh, weird.
So weird.
That sucks. Nobody could.
But yeah, so the app for Apple is so much better. Like it's updated and newer, and Android doesn't have it yet. So they have so many more features that we can't get, and I'm trying to buy an Apple phone.
See, people want to know the difference between. I get asked that a lot. What phone do you use? And the difference between Android and Apple, because you're only dealing with one operating system and one phone, apps are easier to write for because you're not, because whether you're doing a OnePlus, a Samsung, a one from Google, I mean, there's Android across the board. I mean, there's so many different models, sizes, and everything that you have, and skins on all these manufacturers. Apple is just an iPhone is an iPhone,
Right.
and
That
so
makes
that's why the apps are better and they're smoother on an iPhone because it's just one phone. It's easier to deal with
True.
as a developer.
Yeah, I can see that now. But it's still. I mean, they've been around for like a year now or two. They should update Android. Like I don't know. But it's fun. We like it. We have a good time over there. It is very fast paced. You have 30 seconds. Well,
That's why we like it.
you can set the timer. I don't know what the longest time
I think 2
is.
minutes.
2 minutes, is that the longest
Maybe.
time? So you can do a 2-minute timer. We always do a 30 seconds, but it's fast, like super.
So
quick.
it's a 30-second timer, and once it gets under 10 seconds, it'll go back to 10 seconds for every bit under 10 seconds, right?
Yeah, you can do it that way, or you can do sudden death where there's no additional time added. They just bid, and when the time runs out, whoever was the last to bid takes the item. There's
Kind of fun.
there's no like additional time added, so you have that option too.
Yeah, but as a seller, you want the soft close. As a buyer, you don't.
Right. Yeah.
Right. But sometimes people like to snipe. So I tell Sarah, let's just do it. And it gets the people in the chat excited and they want to stick around on your auction. Like they're like, I don't even care if I win this shit. I just want to freaking bid it up, you know? So it's like people will do it. Or what's new is people will custom bid on something and they'll put up a high bid, right? So they'll custom bid 25 and say it's on like $5 or something. Somebody will bid right when they put up their $25 bid and they'll actually get pushed up to 26. And then they'll get screwed and that item will go to them, which is shitty. I almost won Logan Paul's freaking card for $3,000 the other day. Yeah, it was bad.
Dang.
Yeah, it was really bad. Sarah, like, my heart dropped, and Sarah wanted to kick my ass, and I was like, "Oh my god, I just got outbid! Oh my god! Oh my god!" I was like,
death stare.
3, 2, 1. I was like, "Oh fuck!" Oh, it was so bad. Oh.
So the best thing is to sit there and just watch them. You can watch them for a while. Other people's.
Yep.
To learn.
The only and another thing is like you can't go into an auction without them telling you you're there.
Yeah.
So like you can't go in and just like pretend to watch. Like
Pretend to watch.
It's gonna tell them that you entered, even if you don't talk. It'll tell them that you joined their stream. So it's like
Yep.
it's hard to like spy on people.
You can't do any like not retail charge. What's it called?
Yeah.
I guess.
You can't do any like what's it called, R&D, like when you want to just watch people like research and research and development, like I don't know.
So when you so how do you set up behind the scenes? Is it just like one camera and you use a computer, just one computer, or do you
have to use your phone?
Yeah, so we use I think 99% of the people use their phone to actually start the auction. No,
right.
I guess you don't have to. And then so I'm sitting there, and then right next to me, Jackie's sitting next to me with our laptop, and she starts the auction from the laptop. So like we'll start the auction, change the pricing, set up the timer, all of that from the computer. And my phone, all I'm doing is just starting the auction and showing the items, and then.
So you use your camera on your phone is actually the camera that you're showing the item with.
Yeah, you can do it all from your phone. There's a lot of sellers that do that when we're lucky we have 2 people to do it. A lot of the sellers are just a 1-person operation. So like, I mean, they use both, but I know you can do it straight from your phone if you don't have like you don't have to go out and get. You have to have your phone.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like if you just had if you had a phone holder on your desk, you can leave it in the stationary and then do everything from your computer if you're one person.
Yeah, that's what I do. Well, that's what we do now. I just have a ring light set up and just a little tripod holding my phone. And
right.
He was right. Lots of opportunities.
So you can do everything from just your desktop if you wanted to, right?
You can't.
No.
We
can't.
As far as I know, you can't stream from your laptop camera because unless you want to show your face while holding the items.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I would do that. Yeah. If you wanted to sit there and hold it up or something, but I guess if you had a white backdrop or something, that would show more detail and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like for jewelry, it works perfect for us having just a white background and then
zoomed in,
it's like close up and I'm showing like brooches or like whatever I'm selling.
And what else sucks is that you can't go back. There's no video afterwards.
Oh yeah, so once you're done on your live, there's no going back to see who bid. Like the live is basically gone. You can't replay it, so you can't go back to refer it. Yeah, you have to just rely that Whatnot sent you the right shipping label and basically go off that.
That's a good thing that Amy's talking about. It's a great place to buy also. So if you buy a lot of stuff at yard sales and the season ends, that like every Friday and Saturday, me and Scott are up 5:30. We're hitting the road looking for stuff. But when it cools off and gets cold, a lot of that goes away. So
Yep.
what if you find a whatnot and there's not a lot of people there and not a lot of bidding going on?
Oh,
You
tell
may
me
rack up.
the sterling silver ones I got.
Yeah, we actually do a lot of retail arbitrage on, well, not retail arbitrage, we do a lot of buying on Whatnot and selling it like
Because the
through.
first time shows, they normally go for $1. They normally start at $1. Grandpa, we're trying to vlog here.
Sorry, Grandpa's blowing outside and it's like super loud. He's using the weed blower.
God damn it. God damn it, man.
Does Grandpa have a shirt on?
Probably not.
Probably not. No.
No,
Yeah, no.
it's like 80 already in California. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning.
It's 70.
It's hot.
But I think he's naked probably.
Those
Sarah,
are some of your best lives, whether Grandpa has his shirt on or not. Gary.
oh my God. Sarah was talking about that grandma was outside lifting up. She's in her nightgown and she's like trying to put bird seed in the little feeder we got her. And she's like on the steps. She's like, somebody's going to drive by and look at grandma. I'm like, shut up. Nobody's looking at grandma. She's going to see right under her little nightie. I was like, Grandpa's right there with no shirt on. No one's coming up to grandma.
Yeah, it's 10 a.m. in Alabama, and it already feels 93 outside today. It's supposed to be about 105 today.
Oh my gosh.
Scott, you got to see the video of Pa cussing out this guy. A guy stole something from Walmart and jumped our fence and did a flip, and he landed on our paint that we were painting the backyard with, and we caught it all on camera. And Grandpa's out there. What the fuck are you doing? Get the hell out of my
No
backyard.
shirt.
Yeah,
No
no
shirt
shirt.
on.
He's naked. And the cops come.
He's got shorts on.
And the cops
but-
come in there. That's our latest video.
Yeah. Freaking
All right,
fun.
I'll check it out.
Oh man.
So
that's great.
when is your next whatnot?
Why today?
So we go on. So Tuesdays is our every week on Tuesdays we do a brooch sale. That's like our weekly, like our time we go on, and then we'll do probably like every other day we just do a random live pop up. But
Late night.
but Tuesdays is like what we scheduled and we do every week. But we just go on
Normally at
whenever
night.
we want. But it's normally at night. Like there's really no one in jewelry that sells like it's like 11 Pacific, so it's like 2 Eastern, and people are there and ready to buy at that time.
They're all hammered or whatever else. They're
Yeah.
excited.
So we try to, like, yeah, we'll go late.
Costume jewelry and that kind of stuff, or what kind of jewelry?
Yeah, so I sterling. I've done some gold during my
Oh,
life,
we do great with gold and sterling.
and then just costume, whatever people ask for. But mostly all jewelry.
Yeah.
We tried cards.
We
We
did
tried
cards,
doing cards, and
yeah.
it didn't work out well for us. So I don't
We
think
did coins and I was pissed.
we did coins.
Sold
and
all my coins.
we made a lot, but we didn't get a profit because
Right,
of
I
what we
didn't-
paid for it prior to silver going
fees.
down.
Yeah.
So we probably won't do coins again, but
No,
we
I
do really well with
sold my whole
jewelry.
stash.
Yeah, silver's still coming down. I sold all my silver, every bit of it, when it got up real high.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
I need to go steal some jewelry from my mother. She collects vintage costume jewelry. I need to go steal some.
Just get the rhinestone ones. Anything that's blingy looking, steal that.
blingy looking.
But I tell you, she's got tons of it. I don't even begin to describe how much she has.
Wow.
She's
Yeah.
been buying it for as long as I can remember, and I'm old.
What's in the mystery box?
Well, if you can steal any like brooches, let me know and we'll do a side deal.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to get over there. She's 10 hours away.
Oh, okay.
we do good money.
Yeah,
we
I
only go
mean-
on for like an hour and a half.
We do pretty well. Like we used to do YouTube auctions every Sunday, but our partner Julie, she had to leave
Right.
because her husband died. So like this is just kind of filling our time into, but we'll still
It's
stay on
way-
Whatnot. But
Way better.
we like
than that.
it's we make pretty decent
We
money
make way more than that.
for it. So
Yeah, I like the idea of the fact that you can sell it, and it's instantly sold, instantly gone. And
Right.
so when you're setting up like say 25 items, how long does it take you to do the behind the scenes to set that auction up?
So for us, I'm lazy and all I
We
do
have a-
is just
yeah.
put like,
Shortcut.
so the title I'll put like, if I'm doing an all brooch auction, I'll put brooch and then it says quantity and I'll put like say 50 quantity and it'll pre-fill 50 items listed
Like
because
wait.
they're basically in the weight is the same per brooch. So I don't have to really change it back and forth. But a lot of people, they put the title, they'll put
It's
a
a
description, they'll put how many they're selling, and then they'll put their, so I would say if we were doing it right, it would probably take a half hour to an hour to set up like a 50 or 60 item stream. But the way I do it, 30 seconds.
Just do a shortcut.
Because when we did our auctions on YouTube, the worst part was the lots are so big it took forever, and you lose people's attention.
Right.
Where Whatnot is the exact opposite, man. It's small lots and it's stuff that the auction just flies.
Yeah, it's very fast, and I like that they take the money out right away, and if it doesn't go through, they'll tell you. So there's like,
and I'm glad that they take the money out and we don't have to pay them. You know, like
yeah, and they take the money out like before they pay you out. The money, like their fees, is already gone, so you don't even see it. Like unlike eBay, like when
you can pay like Amazon does. Yep.
Yeah.
So you never owe them money. The
No.
money they give you is yours.
Yep. Exactly.
So you said if somebody wins an auction and their payment does not go through, you can or cannot move on to your next.
Oh, you can move on. It'll just do a little pop-up on your phone that said so and so's payment failed, and a lot of sellers will be like, hey, your payment failed or declined. I think it's like embarrassing for people. Yeah. So I normally just say, hey, can you check payment real quick? But you can move on. It just
But that person can't bid anymore, probably, right?
They can. Their card will just keep getting declined.
Yeah, so they'll just screw us.
Which we had that happen to us, I think 2 auctions ago. He bought like our first 4 lots and they all got declined. And I'm like, what do we do? And then he went back and used a different card and then they all got approved. So you can keep moving on and he can fix his payment for like the lot 1 and it'll go through. Yeah.
So every time that's happened, if people fix it,
yes, for us.
Okay.
Yeah, normally they fix it. If they don't, they'll come back and be like, I'm sorry, like I don't know what's going on, and so we'll be able to like run it again. But we've never had that happen. I've just seen it happen in other auctions.
Hey, Sean.
All right, so now I'm gonna have to pay attention and something else to watch. Whatnot.
Be careful, because at first I was so against Whatnot, and I would get so pissed off because we'd be in like the drive-through getting food, and Jackie would be on Whatnot bidding, and I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna spend all of our money. I hate this site. And then I started watching it, and I'm like, crap. Now I love it, and I bid all the time, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna spend all of our money. Like, it's just, it's hard.
So that's a good question. What about returns?
So there's no returns. Oh, that's a good question. So Whatnot is actually, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but so if I'm a buyer, I bought something from you, and it came, say, broken, right? Whatnot takes care of that and doesn't even tell you that, the buyer wants to like get a refund, not even a refund, because I don't even know how they do it. You basically, once you sell the item and send it, Whatnot takes care of any issues or anything that goes on behind the scenes. You really have no way of knowing. But like, so if something comes damaged, they'll replace it or not replace it. They'll pay the buyer. If they don't accept returns unless, I think there's only 2 options. It's, it was like a knockoff, or you sold something fake, or the item didn't match like you sent something that wasn't the item that you showed. So behind the scenes, I guess Whatnot keeps a copy of everybody's live, so they can go back and reference your live without you knowing to see. But they handle it. They don't deduct money from you. They don't try to, like, I don't know how they do it, but that's basically that part. But technically, no, they don't accept returns. That's what they say in their terms of service. But they handle any issues that occur because of an issue.
And I bet since they do that way and they handle it, I bet they are a little more picky too. If Sally did just 3 or 4 times, Sally goes, "Hey, this wasn't this." Maybe it's Sally's fault.
Yeah, true.
The buyer,
I feel like there's a lot of people on there that buy a lot and then try to get their money back. I don't know. I'm hoping not, but we don't know. They don't tell us.
All right. So you say you guys are having one today, you think?
We are? I said that. Yes, we do.
Everybody go on Whatnot and follow these links.
Yeah, we probably will do one. Who knows?
Gold, not food. He said, get silver and food. I'm like, why food? And then he's like, gold, not food.
Oh. I know.
Yeah, because I'll definitely shoot me a link. I'll apply today and go ahead and get that started. And the earlier you adopt things, the better you are. How can I sell everything I do on Amazon? Because I signed up before most people did. So
Right.
the earlier you can adopt it, the better you are generally. Take advantage of something while, how many times have I thought to myself, if I just did Amazon in 2008 when it was the Wild West, how much money could I have made?
Yeah, right. Or paid
Yeah.
or bought the stock.
But when you look at something like this, and if you can go in there and have an auction and fill out, say you have 50 items and fill that out and sell 50, that's a lot quicker than listing 50 and everything. Me and Scott sell at an auction, and he tries to take 60 items a week up there, and I try to push 75 a week, and that moves a lot of stuff in a week. And if you could do a whatnot auction, and so okay, here's another question: do you see a lot of people selling the same type of things in one auction, or do you see people selling just random stuff?
It just depends on what category you're in. So, like, we're in jewelry, so it's mostly just jewelry. So it'll be sterling or it'll be brooches.
I tend to see that like people in the jewelry category buy from people in jewelry, so we're kind of basically just like,
I think everybody's doing that.
yeah, like
Everybody's supporting everybody, basically.
so like there's a lot of people that just sell brooches like we do, but there's all different types and different styles of brooches. So we never, I don't think sell the same as other people. But I mean, last night I think we had 50 people in our live, and
Yeah.
before it kicked us out. We were only live for like a half an hour. It was kind of
Because
pissed
it's
me
a
off.
good
But
time. We normally go on crazy times, so
yeah,
it's a different crowd.
but and then we've gone into the estate
Estate
sales and watched theirs.
Where would they go,
It's just,
guys?
and then there's people that sell glass, which I don't understand it because it's so heavy. Like it, and you're charged every time you buy something, the shipping. So for heavier items, I think it's like $11.50 if it's a pound, and then so every additional item after that, I think it's $4.50. So you're paying $4.50 after that on top of whatever the auction was for. So that adds up if you're like,
Unless you're
buying a
cheese.
lot.
So Sean said that he went in under VHS and DVD, and he can sell anything.
Cool. I mean, yeah, like so if we're in jewelry, I don't have to just sell jewelry. I can bring up like a book if I wanted to. Like,
Funkos and jewelry, actually.
no, it's just accessories.
Didn't you do-
Accessories.
I know, but didn't you do Funkos?
Oh yeah,
The
I did a
second one?
second category for Funkos, but you're not. So if you only
not
apply
stuck
for
there.
like jewelry, you're not stuck there. You can go into any category you want. Like you can just go back and forth.
So once you're applying in a category, but really you're applying it into whatnot.
Yeah,
Right,
basically.
right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else got any more questions before we shut this down? Gotta go make breakfast.
Breakfast.
Oh yeah.
9 things.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
I don't have some.
Lunchtime.
I know. I'm like, it's lunch.
I don't have somebody sitting there making mine, Harlan, like you do.
Ooh.
No going to get it for.
We're not having a big cookout in the back today at work. We're not. There's not going to be beer or whiskey either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Well, thanks for coming on, ladies. I really answering questions. That's very helpful.
You're welcome. I mean, I'm sure there's so much stuff we don't know, but we're learning as we go.
Always.
And that's the other thing too. You got to get on there and try it. If you want to learn it, you got to get on there and just do it.
Yeah, they have a cool feature that lets you do a test stream before you actually go live, and it doesn't make it live for everyone to see. It's just for you, so you can basically see how it works in the process. It's just like you can run through the whole auction and not be live. Yeah, so that's a cool option to try. We didn't do that, but that is a cool option if you wanted to try that.
He's like jumping.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We might see you next week on Wednesday. I might not. You never know.
Roll Tide.
Maybe we'll even get Steve. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.